A new Star Trek movie is in the works with Toby Haynes, director of Andor, set to direct. Described as an origin story set decades before the 2009 Star Trek film.
Okay, now I have a question about this.
Yes, it's going to be parallel to Star Trek 4.
Well, of course, but it's going to be in the Abrams verse Star Trek, yeah, the Kelvin timeline.
Yes.
My question about this is, if it's set decades before, are we gonna see Pike, or are we going to see Robert April, or are we going to see Jonathan Archer's people? That's my question. Because JJ tried to connect the 2009 Star Trek series, and he did it through Star Trek Beyond. He tried to connect it to Enterprise. So my question is, if they make this movie, if this actually gets off the ground, because the last time we heard one of these movies was supposed to get off the ground, the actors went, "Oh, we didn't hear about it." So
Nobody
if
told us.
if this is actually going to happen and it's going to be a prequel movie to 2009, who are we dealing with?
Degrassi said there's 3 theatrical Star Trek features in development: Picard, Star Trek 4, and this one.
There's actually, we're getting a long trek too, which is Section 31.
Yeah, that's but it's not. It's gonna. That's releasing on streaming only.
Yeah, but they're still
Khan,
considering it. They're still considering it a long trek.
another Khan movie. I can go for another Khan movie.
God, can we just leave Khan alone finally, please?
Oh, Section 31 is going to be theatrical. Huh.
It's going to have a limited theatrical release.
I thought this was a Trek-free zone. You thought wrong, sir. You thought
Dude,
wrong.
this is not a Trek-free zone anytime you bring me on this panel.
Wait until we start our Trek Doctor Who sci-fi show. You're
I'm
really going to hate
looking
us.
forward to that one.
We can
Because
bring Dom
people are
on.
really going to hate me for that. Because
You know,
I have opinions that are not going to be popular with a good majority of the internet when it
you
comes
know
to
what? I'm
Star
gonna be
Trek.
honest with you. I'm not a big Star Trek fan. My brother is my older brother, Geek Astronomy. Check him up on Instagram. He actually is a huge Star Trek fan. I used to break on him all the time about Star Trek and Star Wars is better, this and that. But I'd be honest with you, getting older, realizing Star Trek, if it wasn't Star Trek, Star Wars would have never been there. You know, it
And if
opened the
it
door.
wasn't for Buck Rogers and for Frank Herbert writing the book Dune,
I know
we wouldn't have had Star Trek.
I know. You know, and the black hole, all these sci-fi things that came out, like Star Trek. I'd be J.J. Abrams when he redid Star Trek. I actually really liked the Abrams Star Trek. He got a great cast.
Yeah,
the cast really mixed well. They meshed good, and
Flash Gordon was part of the influence for Star Wars.
Yeah,
not
so
Star
was
Trek.
the Samurai.
that 2009 cast, they were all kick-ass. There was not one character that
Look,
was not.
when
It was insane.
when
The
it
horror
comes
was
to the
amazing.
JJ,
Zachary Quintos playing Spock was the
Perfect,
greatest.
spot on.
well, first of all,
pick.
they reached out. Leonard Nimoy reached out to Zachary Quinto for that purpose. And another thing that I'm going to upset a lot of the lore doctors when it comes to Star Trek. Even the great Leonard Nimoy said canon only matters because of minutia. His exact term was, what you should be asking instead of does this fit into canon, what you should be asking is what can Star Trek show me now?
Even though Buck was first, Flash was more popular. Lucas didn't start in Star Wars because he was denied Buck Rogers.
Yes, he was. But he also was influenced quite a bit by Seven Samurai and Kurosawa.
Yep. Do you know, actually, the crazy thing is, who brought up Frazetta, right?
Yeah, BK.
He did Conan. and all that stuff like that. He
He did the art
designed.
for Conan.
He designed Leah's slave outfit,
Yes, he did.
and yeah, so Rosetta has a lot to do with the beautiful Carrie
Dom's
Fisher.
obsession with Funko boobies.
Yeah, boobies.
Funko
Cleavage.
boobies.
Give me those cleavages.
More cleavage. More cleavage.
Hey, don't deny a man his Funkos.
Before before this year's over, we're gonna get Dom into Star Trek. God damn it, one way or another. Next up.
I watch Star Trek. I'm not gonna lie. I sit there watching.